Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris Massimo back again with some more Call of Duty gameplay. Hope you guys are doing well today, and we got some pretty exciting gameplay, if I might say so myself. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This was probably my first Call of Duty video that, I've actually played in maybe almost like 2 weeks, and I just got this gameplay on Saturday. I mean, the reason for that being, it's just, like I said, I've been kind of caught up with Apex Legends lately. I've been having a ton of fun. Obviously, I've been posting a lot more on TikTok, and of course, just playing a lot more with my buddies, and it's just been a lot more enjoyable for me. Like I said, I still love Call of Duty. It's a game that I feel like I'm always gonna love and have in my heart. But for the most part, I just really haven't really had the chance to go ahead and play and had the opportunity to do so. So obviously, if you're gonna see that my aim was just a little off, or maybe I'm just not checking the corners correctly, or just playing a little bit different, it is not my fault. I do apologize for that. It's just like I said, they're two different games, and obviously I'm playing them as if I'm trying to play Apex here. But obviously, since we are playing hardcore today, I had to play it just a little bit different. I still wanted to be super aggressive, and you're gonna see that it kind of got to the best of me on some situations or some moments. Obviously, I was actually pretty surprised that my shots were kind of on point. I was doing pretty well at aiming, and there are moments like just like that one where I felt like I should have killed them, but I mean, it is what it is. But I will admit that in this game that I was dying a lot. So of course, like I said, the kills and the death that you're going to see is going to be pretty high versus what I usually get on this game. But I mean, for the most part, like I said, for the first game on in 2 weeks, it's not too bad. So of course, you guys are probably like, well, how have you not played in 2 weeks when you've been uploading in the last 2 weeks, at least Call of Duty content wise? And I mean, I'm pretty guilty of it, and I feel like every YouTuber is guilty of it, where they just have that supply of videos that they have in the future, and then they just can go ahead and edit them whenever that they so please. So I mean, obviously, it just happens all the time. So for the most part, what I do want to talk about is obviously just the stage of Call of Duty. I always like to go ahead and get my personal opinion on the matters. I do see that there's still Warzone gameplay going on like crazy. I still see that there's a lot of fluctuation of hackers, and I don't know why, because they keep producing like more content and more like in-game purchases that we can purchase, but for some reason with all those purchases there's still no way of preventing hackers into getting the game. And I'm sure that they've tried to look into different avenues, but to be honest with you, with all the views that people are getting with saying like, oh, we had a hacker in our lobby, I don't know if they're gonna actually try and fix that, because if you really think about it, Call of Duty and Activision is actually getting a lot more publicity just because of that whole streaming and that free marketing and advertising, because of people are posting on YouTube. So I don't know. Hopefully that on the next Call of Duty that's going to be coming, that this isn't an issue. I know that I don't really run into a lot of hackers on like public matches or just like playing search and destroy, team deathmatch. But however, for Warzone, obviously that's going to be the part where it might be an issue if they intend to implement that in the next Call of Duty. And speaking of the next Call of Duty, I mean, we all know that there are leaks out there, obviously with Doritos spilling the beans, where you can go ahead and get your double XP code. And with that being said, I'm hoping that we actually get the teaser or some type of leak very soon, because if they're actually exposing that or putting it out there very soon, I mean, I would assume that there's some kind of hints or some kind of indication that the game should be coming out hopefully in the sometime in the near future. But like I said in my other previous videos, it's just the fact that right now where Call of Duty's at, they're in really no rush to go ahead and put out this game for us. And the reason for that being is just the fact that since Modern Warfare has been such a huge success, and don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about Modern Warfare the multiplayer, but obviously just the Warzone. Of course, the Modern Warfare multiplayer has been, pretty decent at best, but just the fact that so many players are playing Warzone, and there's just so many people on that database, and of course, just active wise. And of course, with Call of Duty Mobile, I'm seeing that community has been growing pretty fairly as well too, because I mean, there's a lot of people that are always constantly on their phone, and I've used to play it personally. I actually considered uploading it for you guys at one point, but for the most part, I usually just play on my console. I've done pretty well, but I just feel like it's not as competitive, or just not as I don't know. I just don't get the amount of satisfaction that I do when I actually play on console versus just on my phone, because, there are still hackers out there, and just, I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. So don't get me wrong. If you like both aspects of the game, there's nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to play any game that you possibly want to. So For the most part, though, I did see that it is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I'm pretty excited about it because out of all the developers, I mean, such as Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch's always been my most favorite developer when it came to Call of Duty. And I mean, obviously, I'm not wrong, and I know there's a lot of people out there that agree with me. Just because, I mean, the games are always just so fun. I mean, they brought us Call of Duty Black Ops 1, number 2, and number 3, and those are one of the best Call of Duties out of all time. Behind obviously Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and everyone else has their other opinion about the matter. But it's just one of those games where you hear about it and you get to play it and you just reminisce about where you were at the time. So obviously I'm super excited just to see what kind of maps that we get, and who's going to come back from the series and the story and the campaign, and obviously what weapons are we going to get, because I'm not going to lie, the FAMAS and the Galil, those were my guns when it came to playing this game. Hopefully they are able to go ahead and balance out the weapons. Obviously the assault rifles were the main weapons of choice, back in the day when, Black Ops 1 was coming out. And of course, the SMGs, they really didn't get any love. And personally, I like to run SMGs. Assault rifles too, every now and then. But, I always like to go ahead and play with an SMG in this particular game. As you're going to see, I'll go ahead and equip like maybe an assault rifle every now and then. But like I said, whatever game that they go ahead and choose to go ahead and produce for us and just release to us, I'm just going to be excited regardless, just because we're finally going to have Treyarch. I finally can't wait to play zombies as well too, so we're going to be putting some grind into that as well. But anyways, enough with obviously just talking about the future Call of Duty. Whenever we get it, and whenever we do receive it, I'm going to make sure that I go ahead and put out some more content for us, and obviously just play it a lot more as well too. So let's get back to the gameplay. So obviously you saw this play. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like freaking out thinking that other person was going to go ahead and shoot me, but for some reason I just made a pretty decent play on my part. But I was actually pretty upset because, like I said, you can see that I was doing a little bit of misplays. Unfortunate for those two guys right over there, but there's matters in the fact where I probably shouldn't have rushed the gunfight like you can see over here. I probably could have maybe just hopped over the wall. But I feel like in this particular map, it's just so difficult to try and get the flank because you're always going to have someone posted up on the walls, or maybe someone else just trying to get a good line of sight on you. And especially in hardcore, you have to make sure that you can get around those corners immediately and as fast as possible. Otherwise, you're just dead. And, with this game, too, is just I feel like the time to kill is always going to be super fast. There's always going to be something wrong with the spawning system. And there's always people all around. Like, over here, this guy destroyed me. And I feel like he was the guy that I just shot. And he just ran out of nowhere, just shot around the corner. And I was like, what the heck? But I was actually pretty upset when I was playing this. Just because I felt like I was doing really well at some point. I wasn't really checking the score too much. But for the most part, I saw that I wasn't getting any kill streaks. And every time I was getting kill streaks, it was just like my lowest tier. And I was like, man, why am I not getting like a VTOL or anything? Even in moments where I was like defending the objective, and for the most part, I'll try not to defend the objective every now and then because I feel like there's moments where I'm just going to have a huge target on my head. And I'm not saying that I don't play the objective at all, because I do. I like to go ahead and make sure that we win, but I'll just hop into the objective when I feel like that there's not a chance that the other team is going to be going ahead and maybe come back. And if they do go ahead and try and get a comeback, that's when I'm going to go ahead and hop on, because the last thing I want is for me to go ahead and just lose the game and have like a high amount of kills, because I feel like it just doesn't even count. And I don't know if maybe that's just my idea or just the way that I feel about it, but I mean, it's true though. Like, how can you drop like almost like 100 kills but like have nothing, no caps or no flags capped, or no time on the hard point, or just anything at all to go ahead and contribute to your team wise. But like I said, although I am trying to make sure that I play a team base, I still want to keep the game very entertaining. I don't want to just stay on the objective, find nobody, just die a lot, because otherwise I'm just going to rage. And I don't like dying or losing. So you got to try and figure out a balance between them both. So as you can see over here, the game is actually coming very, very, very close to the end. I'm finally going to go ahead and get all of my kill streaks, so I was actually pretty stoked about it. I still don't know like what guns are good anymore, and I was actually just using this PP gun, whatever it is. I don't remember what the name is called, but I was actually just using it because I felt like I had a lot of ammo, and it was actually pretty fun. It reminded me of the MW3 days, and for the most part, I feel like it shoots pretty fast, pretty good damage, but I know that there's a lot of people that are trying to say like, oh, this gun is the best now, or this one got the nerf, and like everything else. And to be honest with you, I just don't pay attention enough to it just to know like which one is going to be the best possible one. Obviously, in Apex Legends, every gun is still going to be pretty good, and for the most part, there are some that stand out to be the best ones. But we can't equip like attachments, and we can't like equip anything else or perks. The game is just basically the game, but it's just the fact that there's legends and a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So over here, I saw that I was, I think, like third place in the leaderboard, and I was like, all right, no, I got to make sure that I can go ahead and play the objective and just try and get my streaks at one point. So I was like, all right, cool, let's just go ahead and do this. And then next, I hit this guy with the drop shot. So I mean, it kind of sucks because that guy's shot was just really bad, and I know he got a few hit markers. So he was probably like, how did this even happen? But I'm better. I'm just goated. So. But yeah, I know that I say this a lot, and I promise I'm going to go ahead and try and give it a shot sometime very soon. I'm going to try and see if I can get some Warzone gameplay for you guys, and I'm also going to try my best to try maybe even ranked mode on this. But, we're just going to have to wait and see where this goes. So, for the most part, this video is going to be wrapping up very, very soon. And if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know that a lot of you guys actually like the Call of Duty videos, a few of you guys don't, and a few of you guys actually really just don't even care. And that's totally fine. I totally respect it as well too. So for the most part, like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have been giving me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.